Actually, I didn't mention that it was the very first day that I had arrived from the Netherlands. And they were the first people that I had met in the country after 2 years of studying abroad. And so it was exciting to begin that journey immediately after I landed. After we met where they were taking photos, that's the time that I got to interact with her a little bit more. And the first thing that struck me was her laughter. So I was just saying that this was the first time I got to interact with her personality. And for the first time, I thought this was the loveliest girl I've ever met. Her laughter was just, I don't know, I have not met, even since, I've not met anyone who laughs the way she does. And she would pick humor from anything, very small things. It's already humorous. And I was already beginning to feel so much attracted to this girl. And you know what? She had a long skirt, nicely carved. And I thought, whoa, this is good. This is good material. And there it started. You know, the beauty, the way God works is interesting, because God works through circumstances. I said we met first when I came from the Netherlands. 2 days after, we again met. And so the interest started developing in her and in me. Not necessarily about friendship, but about fellowship and about some relationships with human beings. And then when we met at this photo place, it was still natural interactions. But the beauty is that we had more fellowships. And she has mentioned that we were meeting in other forums where there was fellowship. So we didn't need the phone. We just needed to be there. Something else that came up, she loved to sing. And while she was again in that other fellowship, we had very many that followed. And you could feel and sense her even in the singing. And so the interaction was enhanced by the fellowship. And it grew from there on and on. Maybe you can remind me how we progressed.
I think after these meetings that we are having here in
Kencom House, yes.
There's something I noticed about him now when we were taking physical look.
The God Papa I had?
He actually did had a God Papa. But his smile was just out of this world. Yeah, it's something that you look and catches you. But just even before then, you now realize we are from old school. So when girls get to a certain age and you are born again Christians, we were born again when we were in school. So what happens is that you write down the names. You want to get married, so you are like, now tumeingia college, tunataka boyfriends. And these boyfriends, because we are born again, they are not boyfriends to buy us coffee and whatever. They are boyfriends that are supposed to get us married. So what happened, we used to be several, a group of girls or friends that were born again. Me, that Grace, another Grace, and another lady we used to call Carol. So we said we now need to go and pray at Karura Forest, because we want to have boyfriends, or boyfriends that will lead to husbands. And so we went, we prayed, and that day we went home. And somehow, I don't know whether it's through the Holy Spirit or something, when we met, because the catch was that we used to meet in the fellowship every month. So there was time for interaction. So we could only meet once in a month initially, before I knew that he was in this office and I could go. So when now we meet in the fellowship, okay, so that's when I began noticing that he has some of the characteristics that I desired as a husband. And the other thing that had initially brought us close is that when he arrived in the country, I'd lost my dad the same time. So like my friend Grace now, the one that they knew each other initially, informed him, and we began interacting in those, encouragement and understanding and prayer. So I began to feel the father, my dad, in him, and of course I got attracted. I got attracted to him,